Next, please. क्या हो गया? So now, के पीछे कुछ है क्या? यही पहले है? Okay, ठीक. So now, there are two parts, pharmacopoeia and formulary. Now for students and a teacher as well, because many times in interview, our teachers not able to answer what is the difference between formulary and pharmacopoeia. That's why I am telling them. Please bear with me, excuse me also if I am insulting somebody. That's not my purpose. It's just to give you information. So there is a difference between pharmacopoeia and formulary. Pharmacopoeia is related to the pharmacopoeial standards, quality standards. It gives this quality standard. It contains monographs of every drug, and that drug quality standards are given. So that is given in pharmacopoeia. Whereas in formulary there are formulas, formulae, various formulas, that means part. The formulae are given in that formulary. So the standards of formulae are not there. Standards again come in pharmacopoeia. So this is the difference between pharmacopoeia and formulae. Generally, as far as Ayurveda is concerned, we call it a red book and blue book. So red is pharmacopoeia and blue is formulary. So that is the thing, that formulary and pharmacopoeia. So this is, then again in pharmacopoeia also, there are two parts. Two parts. Part 1 and part 2. The part 1 is related to single drug formulations. You know that there are single drugs, raw materials also there, single drugs are also there, are single drug formulations as well, and multi-ingredient formulations are also there. Yoga, what we call yoga. So multi-ingredient formulations and single drug formulations. So part 1 is related to single drug formulation, whereas part 2 is related to multi-ingredient formulations, standards of multi-ingredient formulations. So till now, in part 1 single drug formulation, almost 9 volumes have been published. There are 9 volumes have been published. The 10th is on the verge of publication. It is ready for publication. Some minor improvements are being done, modifications are being done, and then it will be published. So up till now, about 645 monographs. 645 monographs have been published, single drug monographs. 645 monographs have been published. So they contain their standards, pharmaceutical standards. This is particularly important for our PG students and teacher as well, because whenever you are preparing a drug for your thesis purpose, research purpose, whenever you select a raw material, you have to say its standards. You use the word standardization. If my students, teachers use standardization, but you don't understand what is the meaning of standardization. Standardization can only be done if there is existing standard in there. There should be some standard. Now there are 60-45 monographs are there. That means standards for 645 drugs are existing. So if you select any one of the drugs of these 645 standard drugs, then you can standardize that particular thing. Then for example, you are taking Haritaki. Now Haritaki can be standardized. Why? Because pharmacopoeial standards of Haritaki are already existing in monographs. That's why whenever you are selecting a drug, you have to say that I will take API standard Haritaki, like that. But if suppose some drug is coming which is not entered inside this one, then you cannot standardize it. You cannot use the word standardization for that particular drug. Let us take an example of suppose Vatsana. Let us take an example, that's all. Of course, aconitum just from there, already it is there, but aconitum ferox is not there, or Nepalus is not there, or Balfouri is not there. For example, you are taking Balfouri, ferox. Standard is not there. Now you cannot use the word standardization for that. Because if there is no standard, how can you standardize it? Usually the students make a mistake like that. So don't do that. So what should you do? You are phytochemical parameters you are finding out. Phytochemical analysis you are doing. Or other analysis you are doing. So that's what you are doing. It's analyzing you are just analyzing it and seeing what are their parameters. That's the only thing. They cannot be standardized. Okay? Unless the standards are set, you cannot standardize anything. There have to be set standard to standardize anything. That's very important, my friends. So all these publications have been done. You can understand. You can see here there is one seventh volume is there, where minerals and metal volume is there. There are 21 monographs in that volume, mineral metal monographs. So, and the rest of it, the 10th volume is also related to mineral metals. There are again 20 monographs we are going to publish. Other monographs still they are not yet published, or they are not developed as well. One extract monograph has now extracts of monographs have also been published. So these things for particularly single monograph 645. Okay? Next please. Next please. This is part 2. Part 2 we have published 4 volumes, sorry. Total 202 monographs have been published. Now this is regarding formulation. Now, if anybody manufactures a drug based on these formulations which are mentioned in these monographs, in these formulas, in this pharmacopoeia, then it is mandatory on that person that he is abided by the pharmaceutical standards of these monographs which have been published. Anybody who distributes the drug, who is dispensing, distributing, as I said, even free also, he is abided by that because he is quoting, he is taking this formulation, he is quoting API, then it is binding on him. Now I will give another example. See, there are two formulations are there. Let us take an example. For example, there is Shwas Kuthare in it. For example, let us take. I don't remember whether it is there or not. I don't think it is not. It is there. We are going to learn. Another example which is, let us Trifurachunu. Trifurachunu monograph is there. Now this Trifurachunu monograph is suppose you are selling or distributing Trifurachunu. Now it is mandatory for you that your Trifurachunu should meet all the standards which are published. Okay? Fine. Let us take another example. Kumari Asa. Now we know that Kumari Asa, we have different formulations. In the name of Kumari Asa, there are different formulations. When the name was given to Kumari Asa in very old days, there was no issue of patent. That's why that name was used by everybody. Making some differences, making some modifications, still it was Kumari Asa. In those days when they were manufactured it was not their patent and they were not so much greedy, no. They all the order they say, okay, whatever you want to do it. But nowadays it is not permitted. But so what I am going to say is that in these formularies or pharmacopoeia, might be only one formulation of Kumari Asa might be quoted, taken, and those standards have been published. Now you are not taking that formulation of Kumari Asa. You are, for example, let us take example of you are taking Kumari Asa from Ashtanga Yoga, okay, which is quoted in the pharmacopoeia. But you are not doing that. But you are taking Kumari Asa from Charak, which has different ingredients, different types. Now you will ask me, sir, whether these standards are applicable to me or whether I can produce that Kumari Asa or not. As on today, you can prepare Kumari Asa, and at that time, the standards published are not binding on you. They are not binding on you. If you stick to the formulations mentioned in the pharmacopoeia, then and then only they are binding on you. If you are quoting some other text, classical text, and manufacturing them, then it is not binding on you. There is lot of discussion is going on for this particular thing. There are different arguments. Both sides are very strong. People say no. Who particularly I say people who are unaware about the Ayurveda or our systems. They say that no, there should be only single formulations should be permitted. We should not permit other formulations. Whereas proponent of Ayurveda like me will say no, we should permit all the formulations. However, the standards may have been. Either you prepare all the standards or leave it to the manufacturer to develop the standards. That is the best. Leave it to him. So like that, because that is no for Bhasma also, there is a lot of argument over Bhasma. People don't understand that Bhasma preparation, there are a number of processes of one Bhasma. For example, take Abrak Bhasma. We have a number of processes In pharmacopoeia, there may be only one single process. So Abraham coming in the market, if that industry or manufacturer is quoting pharmacopoeia that I have prepared by Bhasma according to pharmacopoeia, then only the standard will be applicable. If we say no, I have applied some other method, quoting some classification, how can we apply the same standard to that Bhasma? No. All the upper Bhasmas are not same. Because every Bhasma, every procedure is made for a specific purpose. It is a different application. One upper Bhasma cannot be applied in all the diseases, in all conditions. No. Specific applications are there. It's very important. It is said that whatever disease or whatever dosha you are targeting, you have to process the material with that particular drug which is having an action on that particular dosha or disease. It's very important. So this we have to understand. But as of today, it is already there that if you are following the pharmacopoeial method, pharmacopoeial formulation, then only these standards will be applicable to you. If you are not following that, no, these standards will not be applicable. But there is a marker that you should yourself develop the standards, in-house standards, in-house standards. That's very important. And those in-house standards should also be, you have to prove that those standards are, we are following those standards. Anyway, so 2.0, I think I am most clear for students and teachers particularly. I am clear on that. Okay? Next please. Supporting publications are also there. We have published some clinical chromatography atlases, macroscopy and microscopy atlas also. 80 TLC and these things are published. So they are helpful for you. They are just supporting documents. Okay? Next please. Next please. Unani. There might be some Unani people also I see here. So again, same thing. Single drug monograph part 1. 298 photographs. I will not repeat the same thing which I already told you. They are applicable. Whatever principal things I have already told you, they are applicable for all monographs. It may be Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, whatever it is. They are applicable everywhere. Although I am frequently using the Ayurveda word since I am an Ayurvedic person, but it doesn't mean they are not applicable for everything. They are applicable everywhere for all the AS.